We cheer for Maddie, her family, and all those who say yes to donation. You have the power to save and enhance lives. Sign up today at donatelifeillinois.org. That's donatelifeillinois.org. And say yes to being a donor.
Every journey starts with a dream. For many, the path to achieving that dream starts at the YMCA. From sports dreams to wellness dreams to career dreams, the Y builds confidence, nurtures talent, and helps guide next steps. From the young to the young at heart, through every stage of life, the dream starts here at the Y. Start your journey today.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Every year, you have a choice. One that says staying independent and family-owned means something on your farm. So plant your independence. Plant Whiffles. When you plant Whiffles hybrids, you're making a statement that independence and family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Whiffles.
Tonight's game is brought to you by OSF Healthcare. Championship Saturday, ready to come to a close. But boy, have we had a day here at the State Farm Center. Let's take a look back at how things played out in our earlier championship games. Hope Academy wins its first state championship, convincing win over Eastland. Then Diet knocked off the top-ranked team in the state. Diet claims its first title in school history with that double-digit victory. If you weren't here about 45 minutes ago, I'm sorry. Double overtime win, DePaul Prep over Brother Rice, as DePaul Prep goes back to back to back. And then it is Warren and Benet Academy. They will be your matchup here in Class 4A. And now let's head over to our puck address announcer, Tim Sinclair, as we get ready to meet the teams.
Welcome to the 2025 IHSA Boys Basketball 4A Championship Game, presented by OSF Healthcare. The players and coaches will now wish each other good luck at center court and then return to their benches. The IHSA Board of Directors and member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship from all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Do what's right. Thank you. Welcome once again to the 2025 IHSA Class 4A State Final. It's been a great run to the championship for Warren and Benet Academy. Let's take a look back at how they got here.
There's a steal from the Red Wings. This is that up-tempo basketball that Coach Highcamp wants to play.
Beck Bimmy to Stack.
And look at Colin Stack mean mugging on the way back.
Polyafkonis ahead to Beck Bimmy. And he'll lay it in. Beck Bimmy just picks up his fourth assist. Called the Maestro. Gets it to Polyafkonis. He's got it. Beck Bimmy to Stasis.
Yes, and that is a dime over to Statius.
Right to Stack.
Colin Stack, make him remember your name, young man.
Benet Academy will move to the state championship game. Jackson Davis, yes! Oh, this was gonna be fun. Banks with the steal, hammers it home.
Welcome, young man, to the state's biggest stage. Go ahead and show out.
Davis, long range, buries it.
But watch out now. It could be very dangerous. You're looking at one of the best point guards in the United States of America.
Oh, put it down. Javarian Banks.
The exclamation point for Warren. A complete ball game by the Blue Devils.
Your championship game tomorrow will be Benet Academy and Warren Township.
And now, tonight's starting lineup, presented by OSF Healthcare, the official healthcare sponsor of the IHSA. Let's meet the starters for the Warren Blue Devils. A 6'1" sophomore point guard, number 1, Jackson Davis. A 6'1" senior guard, number 2, Andrew Watson. A 6'4" senior forward, number 4, Jack Wolf. A 6'3" junior guard, number 11, Braylon Walker. And a 6'8" senior center, number 12, Zach Osborne. The Blue Devils are led by head coach Zach Ryan. Now the starting lineup for the Benet Academy Red Wings. A 6'1" senior, number 0, Blake Fagbebe. A 5'11" junior, number 3, Jaden Wright. A 6'9" senior, number 4, Daniel Poliakonis. A 5'11" junior, number 5, Michael Doyle. And a 7' junior, number 42, Colin Stack. The Red Wings are led by head coach Gene Heitkamp.
And those were tonight's starting lineups presented by OSF Healthcare. Let's bring in the third member of our announcing team. That is Lauren Withrow.
Warren coach Zach Ryan is very familiar with Benet and coach Gene Heitkamp's style of play. Before he came to Warren 3 years ago, Coach Ryan was out at Carmel for 8 years, facing the Red Wings regularly. He said he and Coach Heitkamp have really similar styles of play between their two squads. They've each got a great man defense. They like to share the ball. They have multiple scoring threats. When I asked each their key for the game today, for Ryan, it was sharing the ball. Jackson Davis had an amazing game last night. They know they're going to focus in on him. For Heitkamp, that key was keying in on Jackson Davis, but not overcommitting because he expects Warren to move that ball and have multiple scoring threats tonight, Dave.
All right, thank you very much, Lauren. Warren Township last night may have played its best game of the year. They have been peaking to this moment after an up and down season. They do have 10 losses on the year. Benet, they were up at the top towards the rankings all season long. They advanced to the title game looking for the first state championship in school history. 3 second-place finishes from 2014 for the Red Wings. Stack and Osborne to go up to start this 4A championship game. And Warren to have it first with Braylon Walker.
Very interesting to see this ball game start off with Blake Fagbebe on Walker. Thought he would take the assignment of Jackson Davis, but still, we're going to have a great ball game with a lot of individual players, but also team players as Osborne turns the basketball over.
Gene Heitkamp, the head coach of Benet Academy, in his 17th season, 419 wins. His players have said, we want to win this championship for him. He demurs and says, you know what? We should win it for ourselves, speaking of the players.
And that is 100% Gene Heitkamp. Great pass, great catch from Colin Stack. Has to finish that, though. I'll explain why he has to finish that when we get to a certain part of our broadcast coming up soon, Dave. But you get your opportunities against this Warren team. You got to capitalize, especially at the rim.
Here's Davis. Able to save it as Walker and avoid the second turnover in as many possessions.
Well, Dave, going back to Lauren's report, speaking of Gene Heidkamp and how he didn't want to zero in on Jackson Davis because the Blue Devils do a great job of moving the basketball. And that was something, that ball is almost tipped in by Colin Stack. But that was something that Zach Ryan told us earlier this week. The past couple of weeks for his ball club, they've done a tremendous job of moving the basketball. Nobody's taking a bad shot, and defensively, they're really getting it done.
How about in your third year, Jack Ryan in the state championship ball game? Lauren talked about it earlier. At Carmel High School in Mundelein for several years, and he always admired Warren. Not only were they a good team, but when Zach Ryan was there, he lost twice to Warren in the sectional championship game. He loved the community. Here he is, third year head coach.
See the foul on the Benet Academy Red Wings. It's going to be on Jaden Wright. And remember, Dave, yesterday in the semifinal for the Red Wings against Evanston, Jaden Wright didn't get into a rhythm because he was dealing with foul trouble throughout the ball game. Now, he avoided fouling out, but this is a guy, how he shoots the basketball. You don't want that type of weapon on the bench. As we see a guy that was for sure the X factor for the Warren Blue Devils in their semifinal win against Rich and Javarian Banks.
Banks 14 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. He was only on the bench for 1 minute and 14 seconds here tonight. He was a starter and planned to be a starter earlier in the year. Had surgery to remove a cyst. Missed a month of regular season, came back for a game, missed another month. Now he is maybe the best 6th man in the state.
Benet doesn't get that layup to go, but you still like what you see from the senior. Going to Truman State Division II, getting downhill. I'm sure if he gets another opportunity, he will finish that shot.
Jack Wolf finds Banks.
That's another turnover for the Blue Devils.
The keys to our game are brought to you by Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Well, it has to be heart over height for the Warren Blue Devils. Yes, they are undersized in this ball game, but what you can't measure is their heart. It's a big reason why they're in this 4A state championship game. And for the Benet Academy Red Wings, I teased it a little bit when it came to Colin Stack missing that layup at the rim. They have to get paint points, and they also have to get those type of points from Jaden Wright. He can stretch that range out to 25 feet, but this is a Benet team. When you talk about paint points, they were dominant inside that lane against Evanston Township, scored 26 points in the paint. So if they can exercise that, they'll be in a great position to reach that state trophy.
Walker on the move, cut off there. Banks, that's long range. That goes down.
Welcome to the 4A IHSA state championship ball game on the boys' side. Look, the firepower is there. The energy is there. The execution. We have a treat, ladies and gentlemen, and we haven't even seen our star players, our players to watch, really get into their game.
Mac Doyle will get it off to Daniel Poliakonis. Again? No, not this time for Wright. Benet Banks is the matchup. Wolf looks for the baseline, and number 4 may have just fouled number 4, Daniel Poliakonis.
All right, back-to-back threes. First from Jaden Wright, the best three-point shooter on this Red Wings team. Knocks him down at a 41% clip. But Javarian Banks says, okay, Jaden, I see your three. I'm going to raise you a 3 with that one. I mean, Banks is coming into this ball game 5 straight points off of the bench, and now he draws another foul and getting himself back to the free throw line. Dave, you'd be hard-pressed to find another 6-man in the state of Illinois that is as impactful as Javarian Banks off of that bench.
Well, we're not talking about just the 5 points. It's the complete energy he brings to the floor the minute he comes in.
It's just like a spark plug, like literally, like coming off the bench, how he attacks, how he scores his baskets. And going back to yesterday's semifinal with the dunks that he was able to have as well. Like, he can get up.
6'1", 180-pound senior, averages 12.6 points per game. Banks responsible for this 5-3 early lead. He has all 5 of Warren's points. Academy, a 9-point winner yesterday over Evanston. Led by 22 late before reserves came in, and Evanston's reserves were on fire in that game. Fagbemi stopped there. Poliakonis, he can shoot it. There it is.
Give the big man some love, the 7-footer. Colin Stack with that three-point shot. Don't be shocked at that, ladies and gentlemen. He's a guy that can stretch out his game. Wasn't able to shorten the semifinal win, but you saw how he caught it and was just comfortable shooting that basketball. It's today's game. This is what happens when you have guys at that height that can shoot from the outside. And Zach Osborne says, look, Colin, you're not going to embarrass me on the state's biggest stage. I'm going right back at you. A nice hook shot over the top of the 7-footer.
Walker draws the assignment on Fagbemi. And there's a blocking foul inside that may be going against Javarian Banks.
Blake Fagbemi downhill, drawing a foul, but these guys are really connecting from distance. Don't wipe your eyes. That is a 7-footer stretching his game out. And Zach Osborne says, I'm right back at you, Colin. What you going to do about it? It's tight, it's early, but it's exciting.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can know, from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Think spring with these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. An 8-quart bag of Schultz potting soil is just $3.99. A 40-pound bag of barbecue pellets, only $11.98. Tackle spring cleanups with a 6-pack of Brawny double roll paper towels, just $9.78. Plus, 12 packs of Shasta soda in assorted flavors are only $4.29. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Championship Saturday has been dominated by teams in the top third of the state geographically. 7 of the 8. Let's take a look at the road to Champaign, and it's brought to you by Illinois State Police. Integrity, service, and pride. Way up in Gurnee, Warren Township will make the trip to Champaign and State Farm Center. They may have actually passed each other on the way here because Benet Academy, hailing from Lisle, they will head down, catch I-55 into 57 and land right here in Champaign.
Just thinking about the Warren Blue Devils and where they're located. You think they go to probably more Milwaukee Buck games than Chicago Bull games? I mean, it would make sense. Yes. I mean, where they're located.
Blake Fagbemi at the line, headed to Truman State.
Yeah, a lot of college programs drop the ball on Blake Fagbemi. Truman State says, okay, we'll take him. We'll put him in our program. He'll develop. He'll be great. Such an athletic but just powerful point guard. He's a guy that is pass first. You saw it in the semifinal win for Benet. That third quarter, especially the second half for Fagbemi, he really started to get his offensive game going after setting guys up in the first half. And here he is in the open court. You got to stop the basketball.
Mac Doyle will get it to Fagbemi. Doyle will not score much, defensive specialist, but he can knock down a deep shot if he needs to.
I love this play. Great set right there. Poliakonis doesn't get it to go, but that was a great set. Coming off that ball screen from Colin Stack, that's going to be an offensive foul. Mac Doyle, that's what he does best. He doesn't need to score the basketball. How he scores, how he impacts the game is on that end, and that's the prime example. And that's the matchup. And I understand why Blake Fagbemi is not on Jackson Davis, because you want to have your best defender on one of the state's best players and the nation's best players, just to slow him down. Great job from Mac Doyle being set and taking the contact. It was that same set again. They called it fist. Off the ball screen from Colin Stack with Blake Fagbemi. Jaden Wright gets that floater to go. But off of that ball screen, you're seeing Colin Stack with the down screen for Daniel Paliakonis, and he's coming to the top of the key for a shot or to create.
Red Wings go on top with 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Javarian Banks. Walker, right all over him. Having to go over to the 7-footer, Zach Osborne couldn't get it.
Look at Osborne trying to hustle back to catch up with Colin Stack. Colin Stack was moving it down the floor.
That is the difference that we've seen in the Benet Academy team this year from the other years we've seen downstate. This team likes to get out and push the ball, so Warren will have to bust it to get back.
If you're tuning in, if you have not seen Benet this season, you're like, wait a minute, this is out of control. Gene Heitkamp needs to tell these guys to slow down. Well, Dave just told you they've upgraded not only the players but also their offense. They are fully equipped to play an up-tempo game.
Jackson Davis.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Just a sophomore. Waits for his time to come. He never forces things. That's another special aspect of Jackson Davis's game. Even though he hasn't been heard from, he understands that he's going to get his shots and just lets the game come to him.
Wright clears some space. Jaden Wright with his second three.
That's the Jaden Wright that the Red Wing fans know and love. 41% from three on the season.
Banks drifted just a bit. Now the Red Wings 2-point lead. The ball. We approach a minute left in the first quarter.
Stop the basketball. Good job from Walker from behind, but he picked up the foul.
Just that last little move by Jaden Wright. 3 balls falling here early in this one.
Yes, and watch this, Jackson Davis. I mean, it's a hard drive left, and then it's the change of pace and direction to pull it back for a 3. And speaking of creating space, Jaden Wright going left. A lot of kids have this in their game now when they sometimes shuffle their feet just to create more space following the NBA. But Jaden Wright, that was a clear non-travel by him, and he doesn't get that 3 to go.
Davis the push, changes speeds about 3 times on the way there.
That's the tough thing about guarding guys like that. One, Dave, he's lefty. And I love left-handed players because you never see an awkward left-handed player. They're always smooth. But then, 2, I don't like left-handed players because guarding them is so difficult, especially when they can change pace at the speed that Jackson Davis can do it.
Banks with 6 points, first 6 of the game for the Blue Devils. Davis able to shake free from Doyle for a moment. And it will go to Benet. They'll have 18 seconds to work with.
I'd not be surprised if it's going to be a ball screen between Blake Fagbemi, Colin Stack. Stack has already knocked down 1 3, so you get Zach Osborne away from the rim, and maybe if you're Fagbemi, you can turn the corner and go. Here we go.
Paliakonis open. Bucket.
That is textbook basketball from the Benet Academy Red Wings to close out the opening quarter of this 4A state championship. Fagbemi off the ball screen, head of steam going downhill, and you have Daniel Paliakonis looping back around. Defense is sucked into the paint, and Paliakonis 6'9", going to Southern Illinois. You know I love that, Dave, as an veteran and alumnus of the SIU Salukis, and that's pure money from the 6'9" senior.
Celebrate Ashley's 80th anniversary with a new mattress. For a limited time, save up to 70% on name brand closeout mattresses. Or get a king mattress for the price of a queen on qualifying purchases. For better sleep and savings, shop Ashley's anniversary sale.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in my classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
At Ashley, we're celebrating 80 years of innovation, style, and value. Discover our selection of doorbusters, $5.99 and under. And with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal. Don't miss our anniversary sale going on now, only at Ashley.
The Blue Crew is rocking out here at State Farm Center for Warren's first trip out here to this game since 2011. I'm here with Abby, who's made the trip. All you guys were out here yesterday, too. How'd you organize this trip to cheer on your team?
You know, our wonderful administration bought down fan buses for us. We took 3 last night, here and back. Some of us decided to stay back in a hotel. The rest of the fans, we bused them back here again to come support the family.
This is your first time to come out and cheer on your team in this game since any of you have been in school. They haven't been here since 2011. How much energy has it brought to your school?
I mean, immense energy. We have parades going on at school. We have restaurants live streaming it with our family back home. It's big for our team and our school. And we got a big family. We got Blue Crew out here. Support our teams. Big things. It's history.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren, and thank you to the folks at Warren that brought these buses down here. First quarter for Benet Academy had 5 field goals and assisted on all 5. 4 of those 5 assists came from Fagbemi. And that will stop a 6-0 run.
Good drive from Braylon Walker. He needs to do more of that in this ball game if Warren wants to win this state championship. I understand the impact that Javarian Banks and Jackson Davis can have for this team, but you need a third guy to step up and get you buckets in a timely fashion. Braylon Walker is a guy with his size, his ability to probe with the basketball, get inside the lane, shoot over the top of defenders is needed.
Walker at 6'3". Right. Battle is won by Javarian Banks. Here he comes. Banks accelerating off the glass.
Goodness. Turbo button? I mean, what button did he press? That was lightning speed. Getting right, coming off the stagger screen, then the ball screen for Paliakonis. These sets that Benet is running. Look, if you're not dialed in defensively with your rotations, they will make you pay. And we've seen it a few possessions in that first quarter, Dave. Here's Javarian Banks just hitting that button. Takes the contact, and still, you see him take the contact. And I know we have a lot of young basketball players watching this broadcast. Did you see Javarian Banks' eyes on the rim the entire time? Even when he took the contact, you have to be able to practice that and execute that to get better as a player and a finisher, especially as a guard.
That last foul called on Jackson Davis. That is his second. We've only played a minute and a half here into the second quarter.
Keep your eyes on with the super soft. And if Benet realizes that and try and get Jackson Davis in some action.
They've switched Davis onto Mac Doyle.
I'm pretty sure, Dave, at some point both teams will start to switch defenses, but they've been just going head up, straight up, one-on-one. You got to prove to me that you can beat me off the dribble. As Blake Fagbemi is going to get himself to the free throw line. Zach Osburn.
Fagbemi, we mentioned his 4 assists here today. Single season assist leader under Gene Heidkamp. We've seen evidence of that here in the semifinal last night and here in the first quarter plus.
I will say this, when you have Daniel Paliakonis A shooter like Jaden Wright, a 7-footer, and Colin Stack. Another super sub in this ball game that just checked in at Statius. You better be that single season assist getter, because Blake Fagbemi has all of the weapons around him to really thrive. But even if you have the weapons, you still got to make the plays, and he's done that so consistently throughout this year.
Blue Devils a chance for the lead on this trip. There's a whistle away from the ball. I think the way he is pleading his case, that may go against Jaden Wright. And that is his second foul. So 2 consecutive games here in the state finals. Wright in a little bit of early foul trouble.
Now you take away one of your 3-point threats, so defensively for Warren, now you can try and raise the pressure just a little bit on ball handlers.
Benet Academy will go about 6 deep, and they will rotate through those 6. So there have been games that Red Wings have played just 5.
That lets me know, Dave, that they're in great shape as Walker steps on the sideline.
4th turnover for Warren.
Jaden Wright returning for the Red Wings.
Well, Wright will come back into the ball game on the offensive side. This is what we saw last night as well. There's Wright, 5'11", junior. Averages 12.1 points per game. 4 players on this Benet team average between 12 and 12.7 points a game. Clean pick from Davis. And did not get that one to go. McDoyle with the personal foul.
We can get a replay of that. I'm going to continue having these teaching moments for a lot of guards, because I'm still a point guard. I'm not going to say I was in the past tense a point guard. I'm still a point guard, especially how I think. But Jackson Davis is a guy taking the contact, eyes on the rim the entire time. And here's that replay. So turn the volume up, young hoopers. Look at Jackson Davis. First to steal, the most important thing. He gets the defensive side done, but look at him on the bump, eyes up, looking at the rim. He knows he's going to get fouled, so he's starting to focus in on the rim. Doesn't get the second free throw to go, but still, this is a young man that he's starting to really step up his game as we move forward throughout this first half.
Wright was very aggressive on that baseline, and I'm sure the Benet fans kind of caught their breath there for a moment that he was not going to make any contact.
Andrew Watson returning to the Blue Devils.
Andrew Watson will replace Jackson Davis with 5:16 to play here in the first half. I like how these coaches are very aware of the media timeouts, the under 4-minute timeouts. Give Jackson a little bit of a rest here. Tough shot from Jaden Wright. He's in double figures already with 10. And Bennett's lead at 2.
Just so smooth, Jaden Wright.
Osborne having a tough time with Colin Stack.
Yeah, just trying to go for the scoop there. I'd rather Osborne pass that ball out. It's going to be a charge on Blake Fagbemi. He can't believe it. This is a situation with Jack Wolf, star quarterback for the Blue Devils football team, who had 10 points and 6 rebounds in yesterday's semifinal win over Ridge. Second look at it, he's there the entire time. Great job from Jack Wolf. His textbook on how to take a charge. Takes the contact, feet are set, arms are straight up, so that there's no doubt the official's mind.
Second foul on Fagbemi. So you have Fagbemi, Wright for Benet Academy, Davis for Warren with 2 fouls each. Owen Squires checks into the game for the Blue Devils. Here's Squires. Coming in cold, knocks it down.
Welcome to the ball game, Owen.
6th lead change in this game, and we have yet to reach the midpoint of the second quarter.
One of those high-level basketball games, Dave. Have to use that IQ.
Jump ball possession will go to Warren.
Fagbemi is very fortunate. That could have easily been his 3rd foul on that play. He has to be careful. This is a different team with Fagbemi off the court. Jackson Davis, easy work, finding Owen Squires. It's like shoot around on that play right there. Squires was shot ready the entire time. Jackson Davis knew he was shot ready in his spot, knocked it down. Doesn't even hesitate.
Warren has made 3 of his 4 attempts from three-point range from 3 different players here tonight.
Spreading the wealth again. They've been doing a better job of moving the basketball around, playing unselfishly, trusting their teammates in different moments of the game.
Again, the change of pace for Banks. Osborne cannot follow. Bimmy goes past Banks. Into the lane, scoops and scores. Our 7th lead change.
Get a look at the dynamic athleticism from Blake Bimmy, just hanging in that air, finishing with the right hand. He's a softball, but he made it look fluid with that shot.
Second chance for the Blue Devils. Walker creates a little space for himself. Again, Stack nearly tips that in.
Motion offense for the Red Wings here. Bimmy probing again. It's a tough step back shot. Look at Colin Stack.
7 feet tall, Colin Stack with 5, the lead at 3.
It's like a cheat code having a guy like Colin Stack at that size and that touch on your basketball team.
That offensive rebound by Stack. That was the first offensive rebound tonight for the Red Wings. There's Poliakonis, 6'9", getting a hand on the ball.
Time on the floor.
2:32 to play in the second.
Non-stop action. Blake Bimmy adding to it. You see him flying through the air, just catching some hang time, and everything looks great in instant replay. We'll be back with more.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
All right, well, it's been a back-and-forth battle in our 4A state championship game. A couple of lead changes. Benet leading Warren 22-19 right now. It's almost halftime. And at halftime, don't worry, Mark Lindo, Avi Story, and myself will get you settled with analysis, stats, all of the above. For now, we'll send it back out to Champaign to Dave and Cam.
Thanks, Casey. Hope you 3 are strapped in because we've got a good one going. Who's got a good one going for Benet? That is Jaden Wright. What a first half for the junior.
Scoring at all 3 levels for the junior and Jaden Wright. He's already reached and matched yesterday's game total for himself with 10 points. So 10 points for Wright in this first half. And you get a taste of him all 3 levels, being able to shoot the basketball, how he's able to get inside of the lane, just use some deceptive, just slick moves to get his shot off. And he's been really efficient shooting this basketball. Now, he has to continue to stay out of foul trouble. He has 2 so far. So this is why when the Red Wings are on the defensive end, you see Wright sitting down. So it's a great move for Gene Heitkamp of hiding Wright on the defensive end.
Davis challenges Stack. Osborne will get it to roll in.
Zach Osborne, right place, right time off the 50-50 loose ball.
Like Bimmy wants play number 4. Poliakonis has the height on Banks, and he utilizes that.
It's like Daniel Poliakonis realized, like, wait a minute, yes, I am 6'9". And Javier Banks, you're 6'1". Okay, let me just do what I do, get inside that lane. And it goes back to one of my keys for the Red Wings. paint points. Get inside of the paint. Impose your will inside of the paint because you have the clear height advantage with some guys that can get buckets.
Working with the three-point lead. Poliakonis from the free throw line. Braylon Walker the other way. 90 seconds to play in the first half of your 4A championship game. How about Stasis coming out of there with it?
Yeah, Stasis knew right away. Oh, this is uncomfortable. Let me get this basketball out of my hand. I do not want to hear Coach Heitkamp's voice.
Begbemi into the corner is Stasis. Got a man in the air, got a shot block, stays with it. But there is Osborne, strong on the backboards.
And just a frustration foul from Ed Stasis. He missed the layup because he was upset about it, just reached in and continued to reach in and picked up a foul. Here it is again, good pump fake, but on the backside, Squires with a good job of staying in the play. And here's a frustration foul. It's like I missed it. I want to try and get it back. Just fall back on defense. Don't pick up a foul in that situation.
Davis goes to work.
Nice.
Lean in. Nicely done indeed.
Yeah, it's easy work. Two-man game between Jackson Davis and Zach Osborne. Hook pass over to Osborne, and he just goes right to the rim. He's really having a nice first half for himself. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Just doing a good job of keeping Colin Stack accountable. Not allowing Colin Stack to roam and be a weak side shot blocker.
Warren look to make it a very difficult last 15 seconds here for Benet Academy. Begbemi with 8. Jack Wolf checks the clock. Looks to get there. And no. Wow. What a way to end the first half, Cam. I thought we might see a little bit higher scoring ball game here early, but this is what we're getting, 24-23.
And it's been great defense for both teams. I mean, they've done a great job of forcing their opponent to run secondary action, sometimes looking for the third option because they've been so set. So the chess match will continue in the second half between Gene Heitkamp and Zach Ryan.
Let's go to Lauren. She is with Gene Heitkamp.
Coach, there have already been 3 ties, 7 lead changes. This one is neck and neck. What's the number one thing you would like to do to separate yourself?
We need to stabilize the game defensively a little bit, and we need to handle their pressure a little bit better offensively. You know, I thought we got some good action off Blake off the ball screen. We need to do a little better job when they take that away and be a little bit more patient offensively.
What do you do to stabilize defensively?
I think we just have to make the second play. We give up too many second chance opportunities, and we got to close out deep to their shooters.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Our score at the half finds Benet on top of Warren, 24-23. And after the break, Casey Standahar, Mark Lindo, and Avi Story. They'll break down this first half from our Chicago studios.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
Every journey starts with a dream. For many, the path to achieving that dream starts at the YMCA. From sports dreams to wellness dreams to career dreams, the Y builds confidence, nurtures talent, and helps guide next steps. From the young to the young at heart, through every stage of life, the dream starts here at the Y. Start your journey today.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package. including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student-athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
All right, welcome into halftime in our 4A state championship game between Benet Academy and Warren. It's a one-point game, guys. I'm joined by Avi Story and Mark Lindo. I'm Casey Standahar. A lot to get you here, but let's get to the highlights first. I want to talk about that as well. Late in the first quarter, it's Blake Bagbemi. He drives, dishes to Daniel Poliakonis for three.
You can't ask for a better possession. Paint touch, kick out for three, great look.
How about midway through the second quarter? Jackson Davis finds Owen Squires for three.
Davis gets double teamed, still takes the ball down the lane, throws it inside out. Squires has 1-3. That was it.
Yeah, midway through the second quarter, Blake Bagbemi again. He misses the offensive rebound, then Colin Stacks recovers.
Great offensive rebound with that kind of height. This is ways for you to take advantage of that. That's just typically you can do it in the second half.
Benet Academy up one. The score is 24-23 at halftime, and it's a big sigh for Coach Lindo. What do you think Warren has to do differently in the second half?
Well, they have good balance. I've had 5 different people score the basketball. They've also had 3 different players hit threes, so the balance there is good. I think they got to go a little bit more up and down tempo going. They need to get some run-out buckets, get Jackson Davis in the open floor, use his speed, and beat Benet down the floor on the defensive end.
Avi, if you're Coach Gene Heidkamp, we just saw him there with Lauren. What's the message?
The message is tempo. Again, I'm going to keep always repeating how much and how important tempo is to be able to control it from the point guard, things of that sort. But if they can just stay on top of what they're doing now and just try to take some control, more of just not the back and forth baskets on the second half of this game, I think it'll be a better job for them.
Tempo a big factor in that 3A game. Hopefully it'll be a factor in the 4A game as well. All right, we're going to send you back out in a little bit, but first, more halftime and stats coming up after this.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you locally in part by Ashley. Style begins at home. IBEW Local 134. Building careers, building the future. Northern Illinois University, where your future is our focus. Visit niu.edu. And by Chicagoland Roofing Council. Chicagoland's best value, best roofs all year long.
Derek! Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car. Too much heat? I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth! Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why? Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease the Hyundai Elantra for $209 a month or get $1,750 bonus today.
The Jewelry Exchange, the source for lab-grown. 2-carat studs, $9.90. 2-carat solitaires, $12.90. 3-carat, $24.90. 10-carat tennis bracelets, $39.90. Thousands to choose from, always the lowest price. The Jewelry Exchange Villa Park.
Angel Reese sneaking her way for three. Drills it. Cardoso from behind. Tracks it down.
Watching Chicago Sky all season long on the U.
As we wrap up this installment of Original March Madness, IHSA Saturday Championship schedule, guys, I want to talk about what stands out to you both from this entire weekend so far. Avi, I'll start with you. You know Ronnie Fields very well. He finally gets it done and wins the state championship for Hope Academy. If you're him, and you know him well, so what do you think he's feeling right now?
Second year there, I mean, just be able to turn a program around that quickly, I mean, huge. Really excited for him. Again, I played with him in high school, so I know his pedigree, how hard he goes, how competitive he is. And he understands the game really well. So really excited for him. Personal shout out to you, your organization. I mean, I'm sorry, your team, your high school. But would love to see you guys at a game this year.
Love it. There it is. The invite is made. And, Coach, DePaul's comeback really stands out for you, right?
Get a three-peat, 40-31, they're down. They tie things up in regulation. They win it in double overtime. Makai Kavami took over the game. He had 16 points the last 14 minutes of the game. He's now got 1, 2, 3 rings, Makai Kavami.
There's been so many highlights already so far, and we still have another half, so don't go anywhere. Halftime stats are next. How about Jaden Wright with the 3 for Benet? He's got 10. We'll be back.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Give your home a glow up with an 11% rebate on Patriot Lighting. Now at Menards. We're your one-stop shop for your outdoor lighting needs. From landscape and string lights to decorative wall and motion lights. Find your style with all decorative motion lights on sale. Plus an 11% rebate. Like the Reese for $24.99 after rebate. Or enhance your home security with the Shakir motion sensing outdoor wall light for $19.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention building and facility managers. Did you know mechanical insulation around a building's heating and cooling system is a vital resource? Insulation protects from energy loss, physical damage, and pays for itself quickly. For more than 125 years, the contractors of Heat and Frost Insulators have helped build healthier, greener, and more efficient facilities. Hire the best. Scan the QR code for a list of contractors with the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17 or visit us at local17insulators.com.
All right, halftime stats brought to you by Menards. And take a look at this even board across all statistical categories. A couple of turnovers, but not a lot. Both teams really taking care of the basketball. How about Warren's Javarian Banks with a nice little layup? We'll get you back out to the State Farm Center coming up.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF On-Call Urgent Care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you by OSF Healthcare. Let's check in with Lauren. She's with head coach Zach Ryan of the Warren Blue Devils.
Coach, just a one-point game at the half. What's your top priority? Separate yourself here.
Our kids are playing really hard, and Benet's a really good team. We got to do a better job of keeping their guys out of their paint, especially number 0 from creating, and Benet's hitting open shots. And we gotta do a little bit better job of defending them. But guys are playing their butts off, and we're looking forward to the second half.
Offensively, the name of the game for you is ball movement. How satisfied are you with that from the first half?
Yeah, we got to get the ball in Jackson's hands a little more once he gives it up. We talked to our guys about going to screen for him and having him move without the ball. So we made a few adjustments, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Lauren. And, you know, you talk about Jaden Wright. He has a couple of threes, 10 points. Benet, you just heard Zach Ryan talk about getting the open shots. Benet, 4 of 7 from three-point range, but points in the paint lacking a little bit for the Red Wings.
Yeah, only 8 points in the paint for the Red Wings. They had 26 against Evanston in yesterday's semifinal win. They're actually being outscored in that category, and that's not the only category that Warren is leading. Warren also is beating it on the glass, 14-12, and this is also a team that has 11 bench points, and a lot of that is from Javarian Banks and what he's been able to do. So getting back to the keys for the Red Wings and also for the Blue Devils. The Blue Devils, heart over height. They're taking care of the heart over height with those categories that I listed, especially out-rebounding Benet by 2. But with Benet, they have to make sure Daniel Poliakonis, Colin Stack, even Blake Fagbemi, you have to touch that paint, score at the rim to really impact this ball game.
3 ties, 7 lead changes in the first half. What a night of basketball we've had here tonight. The 3A championship game went to DePaul Prep. That came in double overtime. We have a 1-point game here. Will not go for Stack. Poliakonis able to drop it in.
Maybe these guys were just listening to me because they go right inside the lane. First fact, Bimmy doesn't get it to go. Colin Stack tried his attempts, but it finished off with the Saluki and Daniel Poliakonis here. Look at the activity. You got 3 white jerseys in there, 2 right now. Here comes Poliakonis right there at the final seconds, takes the contact, gets the and 1. So now the Red Wings up to 10 points in the paint for themselves.
Right there is Stack.
Colin is making sure that they dominate inside of that lane. Benet, back-to-back points in the paint for their team.
A 4-point possession to open up the third quarter. And Osborne's able to muscle his way in. Zach Osborne.
I have no clue how Zach Osborne got that ball to go in. Just all will to make that layup.
Corner, Poliakonis. Davis with it.
See Jackson Davis instructing Zach Osborne to set that ball screen. Now he can go. Good job. That's smooth. Very smooth. Change of pace and then slowing his body. Slowing that momentum down just so he can kiss it off the glass.
He only had 1 field goal as a 3-pointer in the first half, tossed in a free throw. So Davis sitting with just 6 points, and yet his team only down 1.
Showing that he's a coachable player. You heard Zach Ryan tell all the sideline reporter Lauren Withrow that he wants Jackson to be a little more aggressive, look for a shot. Case in point right there, off the ball screen, right to the lane for a layup.
Bimmy on Walker, gets past Walker, goes with the left hand. And here comes Davis. He'll pull up.
I'm not sure on that 3. I mean, we've credited Jackson Davis for just him having an elite basketball IQ, but with Jaden Wright, with 2 fouls, backpedaling, I prefer Jackson Davis to attack him instead of bailing Jaden Wright out with a pull-up 3.
Here's Mac Doyle. The Stack. Right up there for Stack from right, and he could not find the handle.
Knows Colin Stack wants that back. Great play setup. Good job of curling off of that dribble handoff by Jaden Wright. Lob was there. Timing was there. Stack just has to finish.
Walker in the paint. Poliakonis with it.
Both teams trying to get adjusted to the second half. Offense hasn't been as fluid as Lake Fact Benet. Another point paint for the Red Wings. Nice spin move, baseline. And when he elevates, I mean, he gets up quick and finishes at the front of the rim.
Jack Wolf a little short. Palyakonis running the floor. Hangs and scores.
And that's that up-tempo style that Benet can run. They're like chameleons out there. They can play a half-court game. That's cool. You want to do that? We can do that. You want to play up-tempo? We can do that as well. This is a team that has everything that you need on the offensive end and also defensively, too. Done a solid job of containing Warren offensively.
Fadeaway will not go for Davis. And now the Red Wings looking to boost this 5-point lead.
See Palyakonis just tap his chest saying, my bad. I'd like to get a different shot than that.
That's a flat-footed block for Colin Stack. Hands up. The ball found his hands. 5-point lead, the biggest of the night for Benet Academy.
This is dangerous. Got to watch out for Jaden Wright.
Here he is. 7-point lead for Benet Academy. Timeout, Warren.
The red and white standing up strong for their program. Great look ahead from Lake Fact Benet. Daniel Palyakonis right at the rim. The Benet Academy Red Wings now up to 18 paint points.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of silly goose. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Complete your home updates with an 11% rebate at Menards. Clearview Cabinetry offers features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Get these sage green Homestead kitchen cabinets for $3069.99 after rebate. You need reliable appliances to help you conquer the day. Check out our top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $800 on this front load laundry pair after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, if you want to start like second half, you can do it just like Benet did, outscoring Warren here 10-4. What'd you see here in the opening 4 minutes?
I saw Benet saying, you know what? We're tired of this, Dave. Cam, we are tired of this. You guys keep hammering the point that we have to attack the paint, that we have to score in the paint. Well, you know what? Our 10 points to start this second half, we're going to do them all inside the lane. Shout out to our great statistician, the legend Nick Pinto, for those numbers. But this team is making a concerted effort to attack that paint and score right at the rim. They have the clear advantage with the height, but they have to continue executing that part of the game because Jackson Davis will not go quietly into the night. And at the end of the day, it's only a 7-point ball game. It's 3:46 left in the third quarter, so almost an eternity of basketball to be played.
Winner of this game will pick up the first state basketball championship in their respective schools' history. And a turnover coming out of the timeout. Let's go over to Lauren Withrow.
Some really great coaching over here on the bench by Warren. Zach Ryan, he just told his players, we need to be us. We can't get flustered. We can't get worried here. We're still in this game. Do not worry about what they're doing. We need to refocus on our game and be us, be us, be us. He said it 3 times, Dave.
Wow, thanks, Lauren. Zach Ryan, his 3rd year, very animated along the sidelines. He uses that entire sideline to his advantage.
The officials have told him a couple of times to get back into the coaching box.
Right. Double clutch. Wow, what touch for Jaden Wright.
He gave a little Jordan shrug on the run back, too, smiling over to the Benet bench like, I don't know how it went in, but the basketball guys bless me. It just went in. Wow.
8-0 run here for Benet Academy. Blue Devils looking to find the bottom of the rim. They've missed their last 6 shots of this game. Part of that 8-0 run. They have gone almost 4 minutes without scoring.
Darian Banks back into this ball club, so maybe he can help Dave with the scoring drought for the Blue Devils in this third quarter. Because they need baskets. They've been turning the ball over more than they've been scoring.
Wolf. Inside position. To right. Polyakone setting up in the corner. Good close out there by Banks. Wright was ready to load up for a 3.
Yes, he was.
This feels a little bit like what Benet did to Evanston last night. All of a sudden, the defense tightened. The offense started to flow. In fact, Bemi.
Those are the plays as an opponent and guarding Benet. This is where the frustration starts to set, because you have a team that can shoot the basketball, so when you close out, you're closing out with urgency, but they can also put it on the deck and get inside the lane and score. We've seen that time and time again throughout this third quarter. But this team will really just continue to impose its will, little by little. It's like somebody putting their full body weight on you, just like leaning on you. After a while, you're just tired of just like, just fighting, and you can't do anything. It's like you're fighting in quicksand. It's what we talked about with Evanston yesterday in the semifinal game. They were battling back and trying their best to stay within it, but Benet just never truly relinquished control of the scoreboard in the lead.
This game was 28-27 Benet, and now we're at an 11-point difference. That offense has not gotten into a flow. Jackson Davis for Warren, we saw him get those early touches. He created himself. He's kind of disappeared a little bit. Red Wings have somehow taken him out of the game.
Yeah, and that's on Mac Doyle and the rotations and awareness of Benet defensively, of seeing where number 1 in black is, and sometimes he just can't defend certain things, and that's one of those examples for Jackson Davis. So he gets his 8th point, but Davis is a guy that is 3 of 9 from the field. He's 1 of 3 from 3, and hasn't really had the impact that you would expect from a guy that's one of the best players in the nation. And you have to credit Mac Doyle for his job and just the effort that he's putting forth to try and contain Jackson Davis.
You know what, speaking of Mac Doyle, Lauren talked to his mother, Cara Doyle. She's the head coach of the St. Ignatius girls basketball team that finished 2nd in 3A. But you want the bloodlines to go a little deeper? How about the great Kathleen Doyle, one of the all-time greats in Illinois high school basketball history. She led the Benet girls to 2015-2016 state titles, claimed that Miss Illinois basketball championship. How about this, extending it? Kathleen Doyle, 3-time All-Big Ten player at Iowa, Big Ten Player of the Year. She was drafted by the Indiana Fever. You want to look back? Well, here is Kathleen Doyle doing her thing. Back-to-back state championships. Her head coach was Joe Kilbride. He's here tonight. 2 girls titles for Kilbride in 5 appearances. So history for Kathleen Doyle, and doing it at every level.
Yeah, Kathleen Doyle was 1, a great competitor, and then 2, was a bucket. I mean, I remember watching Kathleen Doyle, and you can try and guard her, but good luck.
Walker away with it. Davis on the move.
Think about the basketball conversations in the Doyle family. It's just
Bavarian Banks, a tough 3.
That was needed for the Blue Devils. Bavarian Banks looking for a foul. One of the officials, the trail officials, saying, no, you kick that leg out, son. You're not going to get bailed out with that one. He's back to a 6-point game. Warren still within arm's reach.
Polyakone is tripped up by Wolf unintentionally. There's Joe Kilbride. Did not make it to the state finals this year, but obviously a Benet booster through and through.
So many just great basketball connections to this Benet Academy program.
Whistle inside, Fagbemi and Banks go down together, and it'll be Banks draws the charge. Defensive play of the game is brought to you by Union Carpenters and Contractors, partners in building communities and supporting working families. And here it is right here.
Oh, yeah, sacrificing that body for the better good of your team. Devarian Banks, great job right there in the driving lane. Stood, compact, took the contact.
Third foul on Fagbemi. Banks had to fight to get there. Jump ball called. Warren will keep it.
And Zach Ryan yell out 14, so curious to see what this underneath out of bounds play will be for the Blue Devils. Starting in the box set, you have your best passer taking the basketball out. Let's see if he gets this basketball back. Stack a screen on the weak side, and you let him work.
Osborne's tip, no! But the follow is good. Jackson Davis.
6'1" Jackson Davis making this a 4-point ball game as we get closer to the end of the third quarter. Zach Ryan hyping up his bench, and the student section can feel that energy. They want to get another stop.
10.6 rebounds for Davis to go along with 5 assists. The 11-point lead has been cut to 4. Fagbemi and Davis doing battle. Very important final 12 seconds in this third quarter. Right in traffic. Palyakonis for 3. At the buzzer. 7-0 run for the Warren Blue Devils. Zach Ryan said, be us, be us, be us. And that's how it's played out here as we go into the fourth quarter.
At Ashley, we're celebrating 80 years of innovation, style, and value. Discover our selection of doorbusters, $5.99 and under. And with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal. Don't miss our anniversary sale going on now, only at...
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
At Ashley, we're celebrating our 80th anniversary with special offers just for you. Buy more, save more with up to $1,800 off. Or get our hottest designer styles and pay over time with 0% interest for 80 months. Only at Ashley.
The assist of the game is brought to you by Donate Life Illinois. Say yes to be an organ, tissue, and eye donor. And our assist of the game goes to our entire crew here that has brought you 2 weekends of basketball. Yeah, you're the man. There you go. Get them all in there. I'll tell you what, 2 full weekends, and we have produced how many games? And you would not know there's any fatigue, any lack of concentration. Unbelievable here in the arenas. How about the people all over the country? Graphics, video, directing, producer Joe Nicola in Detroit. I mean, it's just been absolutely fabulous production for the high school kids in this state.
I'm just going to say this. We have the dream team. That's what we have. They have been that great because they consistently have put out great work, great product. And I think it's for us, we have a responsibility that we have to make sure that we keep up with them because they've been doing such a tremendous job. So shout out to our entire team. They are the reason why these broadcasts and everybody that can see these games are getting a great treat.
And our thanks to Director Paul Dubray. He has cut these shots to put you right there in state title ball games both weekends. Marathon effort, and that's going to go. Wow. Oh, my goodness, Daniel Poliakonis.
Southern Illinois, you can expect plays like that from Daniel Poliakonis. He's going to put some more weight on himself, but when he gets there, look at this. Still stays with it. That's a little strength from the 6'9" senior.
Braylon Walker picks up his third foul. Poliakonis picks up his third point in that sequence. A dozen for the senior.
Well, it's the money quarter, Dave. The fourth quarter, I love to call the money quarter. This is where you need your stars to step up. You have one star stepping up, Daniel Poliakonis for the and one. Let's see if the Blue Devils don't flinch.
Davis looks to take charge. Stack with the block. Here come the Red Wings. Ball movement to right. It will stay in Bennett's hands.
I get the idea from Jaden Wright on the shovel pass to Colin Stack, but I'd rather throw it up top to the 7-footer. Let's look at Poliakonis again on the drive. Concentration. I don't know how. He just stayed with it. That's the only explanation. You can call it will, you can call it luck, or you can just call it the basketball guys looking out for him.
Nothing but net. Yes.
Daniel saying, Cam, you can call it an and one, and a completed and one, because I made the free throw.
Warren made the charge in the last few moments of the third quarter. Bennett has answered here in the fourth. Bemi will get it to go.
And Warren is asking for basket interference. Offensive goaltending it. Listen. There may be a case there, and that ball was still dancing on the lip of that rim.
43-34. Need this one, and they got it from Banks.
Varian Banks says, I don't care what happened. I'm going to make this three to get it back to a 6-point deficit, but the Blue Devils have to get defensive stops. Blake Fagbemi has been getting anything that he wants when it comes to penetrating and hitting the lane.
Poliakonis, he's open. Another three for Daniel Poliakonis. Another assist for Blake Fagbemi.
How about the patience for Fagbemi off of the ball screen? Just waiting, allowing the defense to just trot back and giving enough space for Poliakonis. And you got to credit Poliakonis, who gets the defensive rebound of spacing and making the defender cover ground to try and recover.
Davis to steal. Banks is there. What a turn right there. That was going to be two going one way. It becomes two for Warren. The lead back to 6.
Say it again for the Blue Devils. You have to string together stops. Jackson Davis trying to go for the back tip. You cannot gamble. Play straight up. Fagbemi again.
Spins his way to the hole. He has 12.
That is 24 points in the paint for the Red Wings.
Walker looking to take advantage of a screen, and he does.
I mean, it's great action for fans and everybody watching the ball game. But if you're Warren, you can't continue to trade baskets because we're going back. And, yeah, you're going a little run, but it's getting back to being down 6. Eventually, you're going to have to get some stops.
Fagbemi so hard to guard because the elbows, the shoulders, the legs, all over the place. He will go to the line.
And also he has the cheat code, Dave. He's a softball. He's a lefty. I'm envious of you softballs, of you lefties, Dave.
I know.
I'm very jealous of you guys.
I know. I've been seeing you look at me all weekend here, holding my pen in my left hand.
You would be hard-pressed to find a awkward basketball playing left-hander. They just don't exist. There's just something smooth about their games, especially point guards.
Fagbemi looking to match Wright in the scoring column. And the balanced scoring again for Benet has led to this 8-point lead. Poliakonis with 15 points. Wright with 14. Fagbemi with 12.
Gene Highcamp is having an issue with the scores table right now.
And the Warren fans do not necessarily like the 17th year head coach for Benet. Down there at the scores table.
Highcamp and his coaching staff are on top of things.
And now we'll get a little assistance. Well, I guess we will not get any extra assistance. So yes, we will, from our officials that will gather together. Devion Stiff, Charles Gonzalez, and Jeffrey Miles, your officials tonight. I think they are questioning the score on the board. Our stat monitors show 50-41. The scoreboard here at State Farm Center shows 49-41, which is what you see there. Our scores are tied in with a particular arena's scoreboards. So whatever the scoreboard shows, that's what you see.
Gene Highcamp is saying, I need every single point that I can get.
I'm trying to replay back in my head, because if we look at our stat monitor, stat broadcast, you can see play-by-play, but it's gonna land at 50.
Yes.
But that doesn't matter, right? What matters is what's going on at that scores table right now.
There is a major conference going on right now to make sure that the correct score is on the board.
Plenty of folks involved over there. I believe we're going to stick with 49-41. That feels right to me. But I'm not in the midst of that action.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it's a deficit with 4.5 minutes to go for Warren. Each of these teams bidding to put the first state championship trophy in their school's trophy case, and Jackson Davis is not going to go quietly.
That's one of the easiest drives that Jackson Davis has had all night. Right down the middle and gets to the left side of the rim.
There's something about getting a lead down to 6 points. From 8 to 6 is huge.
Yes. How do they respond after the made basket? Do you get the stop? What can Braylon Walker do to slow down Blake Fagbemi? The answer is nothing.
Nothing at all, Cam.
Man, when he has it going, he has it going. He has it going.
14 points tonight. Banks needs it. Nearly banked it in. Back to that 8-point lead at 51-43. We're at 3:45 to play in this 4A championship game. Here's Fagbemi exploding, and the block from Wolf.
Good rotation from Wolf there on that block.
It's been a good fourth quarter for Benet Academy, outscoring Warren 14-9. That's how much time is left in your 4A title game.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Country Financial, insurance that does more. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
Every year, you have a choice. One that says staying independent and family-owned means something on your farm. So plant your independence. Plant Whiffles. When you plant Whiffles hybrids, you're making a statement that independence and family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice. Plant your independence. Plant Wiffles.
As we wrap up our 4A state championship game, Benet leading Warren in this one, and it's going to be a close game, so we're excited to bring you all the highlights from this one as we wrap up our championship Saturday. So stick around, but for now, I'm going to send it back down to Champaign with Dave and Cam.
All right, Casey, it's now time for tonight's play of the game, and it's brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. We have 52. The scoreboard says 51. I'm trying to wonder which one should we go with, Cam. Blue marker on a white poster board. I'm going to go with what we're looking at here.
Yeah, although that whiteboard looks convincing, but
yeah,
go with the official score.
Yesterday, that board had Hangman on it, playing with the Evanston student section.
And it looks like there's still a conference there at the scores table. They're not going to start this game as they try and get things figured out.
I don't know. Maybe whiteboard is correct. And yeah, I think they're gonna bring the teams back to their benches. Lauren Withrow is standing right behind the scorers table. Lauren, what do you have?
Well, they're still trying to figure out this discrepancy. There's 51 on the scoreboard here. There's 52 on our stat tracker. And right now, the scorers and the officials are actually going through every single play of the game, retallying the total for Benet, which we do believe should be at 52. But they're not going to keep playing this game until they get that corrected, Dave.
All right, thanks for that update. Yeah, we're at a crucial moment here in a state championship ball game.
Yeah, you got to get it right because, again, it's 3:42 left in this ball game. You never know how this can go. This game is not signed, sealed, delivered. So making sure that if they get it right so we can move forward and we can resume play.
Well, all right, I was just going to say, my left-hand man, the great statistician Nick Pinto, pointed me to his notebook just as you heard that said 52. So there you go.
So we should have went with the young man with the whiteboard in the Benet Academy student section.
No offense to that, gentlemen, I should have gone to Nick immediately.
We go with the legend.
All right, so that means it's a 9-point difference. Benet Academy will take a timeout.
Well, the great thing that you saw is that they stopped the game to make sure they got it correct. So phenomenal job for everyone involved to make sure that they went down play by play, score by score to get the correct score for the Red Wings.
And it may seem like something minor, but what I really appreciate, we're directly across from the scorers table. You had some key members of that table and IHSA there, but you didn't have everybody swarming all over. It was very calm, very organized. There's a three from Polyakonis, so that's 46 that registered, went from 43 to 46. We'll see how it played from here. This is earlier in this quarter. Now it jumped back to 45.
Wow.
Hence the confusion.
Ghost in the machine.
Back to live action. Assist, Davis. Bucket, Banks.
You want to see the Blue Devils tighten up the defensive pressure. They're trapping first passes. They steal from Banks. And there's that athleticism. Wow!
How about Banks?
My goodness, Javarian Banks. That was artwork. Wow. Well, Dave, we've seen Warren time and time again cut it down to 6. Cut it down to 6. It's down to 5. Maybe this is the push that the Blue Devils need in the moment, because that finish by Javarian Banks, how did you be able How were you able to get the English off the glass to finish that layup?
Because it was not a reverse. That's not one you're going to naturally spin that way, right? If you're reversing, you've got the different spin.
His back is to the baseline. Look at this thing. His back is to the baseline. Oh. How do you flip that? There is no mic and drill out there that you can perform to get that to go.
But once again, Javarian Banks sparks his team, brings the crowd right back in it. A 5-point difference, 3:18 to play.
Hell of a finish from the senior.
He's guarding right. Right on the move. Look to the corner.
In fact, Benet, get it out of the corner. Get it in space. You want to stay away from those corners and that sideline. You're a ball handler for the Red Wings.
3 minutes left. Right. Bigger man, Jack Wolf on him.
Oh, dribbles right into Banks for another steal.
Now Benet with 2:40 to play. Banks the foul. That's just the third team foul on Warren.
So again, you can continue to be aggressive on the basketball, but make a play on the ball.
This will chew up a little bit of clock in the backcourt with Benet. Doyle with it.
And look at everybody on the catch. Benet. Triple threat, strong with the basketball. Banks is going to pick up another foul.
That will become his third foul.
Everyone is meeting passes in white jerseys. Not hiding, and you can't hide in these situations. Be confident in yourself to step to the basketball, catching triple threat. You see them when they catch, they're going to sweep the ball and make sure that they're not picking up their dribble.
Palyakonis comes out and gets it. Benet making the Blue Devils chase.
And if you're Warren, you're going to have to send a double at some point. Just can't guard straight up now.
Benet will bring it back out. This possession started with 3 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. We're at 1:45. Now things have to get desperate for Warren. Palyakonis on over a minute and a half possession. Finishes it. 54-47.
Heady play from Daniel Palyakonis.
And a foul on Wright on a three-point shot attempt. Javarian Banks will go to the line to shoot three.
Jaden Wright has to understand this is not the first time we've seen that from Javarian Banks. He's going to kick those legs out on those three-point attempts. So he's just not in control. You just can't do that. And I get it, right? I mean, it's not a natural basketball motion and act from Banks by kicking those legs out. But you put the official in a tough position when you have a guy go down right in front of him while he attempts a three.
Banks with 20 points tonight. Gets a chance for three with the clock stopped.
If you're Blake Benet, if you're Jaden Wright, Mac Doyle, heck, all five jerseys in white. Hey, what are we doing? What set are we in? What are we running to break this pressure? Because you know that Warren's going to have somebody on the ball and they're going to trap that first pass. So again, you cannot hide in these situations. Make yourself available. Cut to the middle of the floor, and then when you catch, look opposite. But also, if you're bringing that basketball up the court and you beat pressure, you have to be aware and have a timer in your head because somebody's coming from behind for a back tip. So you have to be aware of all of those situations.
Warren going small. They bring Andrew Watson at 6'1", replacing the 6'8" Zach Osborne. Third free throw for Banks. Benet loses the handle. Here comes Davis. Banks Ripped out of there by Poliakonis. And bodies on the floor.
One of the rare situations for Javarian Banks, just moving a little too quickly on that layup attempt. But still, they maintain possession. Nice behind the back move, but still just a little out of control. But credit Jack Wolf, the senior, for jumping in to keep the basketball on this end of the floor. So time stop, minute and 9 seconds left. You're down 5. You have Jackson Davis taking the basketball out. So here we go again for the Warren Blue Devils. And that box set, I'm sure that Jackson Davis will get this basketball back, probably off a curl or dribble handoff to get him downhill. They go America's play.
Davis. Possession will go to Warren.
Warren getting the benefit of the possession arrow there. That Jackson Davis 3 was on line. It was this shot is right on line. Just missed it, but look at Braylon Walker staying with it. Tried to call the timeout, but still the possession arrow was for the Blue Devils.
We'll try it again. Davis straight up.
Wow.
And one!
Second time is the charm for the super sophomore Jackson Davis.
Wow!
The second time in the last few possessions we have seen Benet foul a three-point shooter.
Jackson Davis a chance to complete the 4-point play. It would be the first 4-point play all weekend.
I mean, that's college range right there, and that's a foul on McDoyle. He's making contact with Davis's arm, his shooting arm, and again, you put the official in a tough position to make that call. We mentioned that when they were making sure that Benet got their point, which put them to 52, that this game was not over. This is why they had that conference, to make sure that they get it right. They don't get that point. We're talking about a 1-point ball game now. So even with Jackson Davis going to the free throw line, if he makes it, it still could be a 1-point ball game for the Blue Devils. But look at this 3. Again, he had missed his previous attempt, which was on the previous possession. Concentration, knocking it down. He wanted this the entire time. As soon as he caught the basketball, he was right into his shooting motion. And for a lefty going right to shoot that shot is difficult. If you're a right-handed basketball player, just think opposite. Think of going to your left off a curl, curling around the arc to catch while your momentum is carrying you left to shoot with your right hand. It's difficult.
Warren with 29 points scored here in the second half. 25 of those have come from Jackson Davis and Javarian Banks.
That duo, one of the best in the state of Illinois.
Banks with 14 second half points. And Davis will walk to that free throw line to try to make this a 1-point game.
15 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers in 31 minutes for Jackson Davis.
Sophomore cannot complete the 4-point play. And Walker will be called for the foul. A rebound from Wright.
Yeah, Walker got right on the arm and trying to tie the basketball up.
Jaden Wright with 14 points, 6 of 9 from the floor. First time he will go to the free throw line.
Right at the line.
So that proves to be a crucial missed free throw there, because it turns into 2 free throws for Wright.
And the way he released that basketball, you can tell these are the first free throws of the night for Jaden Wright.
Also keep in mind, Benet has just 2 team fouls in this quarter. So they have fouls to give with 52 seconds left.
Make or miss. Warren should get to the rim, Dave. Attack the rim. Try and get something at the basket. Do not settle for a three. 50 seconds left in this ball game. More than enough time.
Doyle on Davis. Jackson Davis with a block from Stack. Davis recovers and scores. A 1-point gain. Benet takes a timeout. Red Wings should have one remaining.
Jackson Davis is not deterred from the initial block from Stack. Stays with the basketball, gets to his favorite side of the basketball floor, and that's on the left to get his 17th point of the night.
Javarian Banks coming off the bench. Doesn't seem that way, though. What a night 6'1" senior has had. Javarian Banks, take a look at this. That's a special player in a special game.
22 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Throw in 5 rebounds.
And again, the 1-point correction is the 1-point difference we have. And this is the correct score. They got it right.
Yes. This is why you do those things. You make sure everything is correct.
Last time this was a game with a 1-point difference came in the first minute of the third quarter. We're down to the final 33 seconds of your 4A championship game. Poliakonis to inbound. And now Gene Heitkamp is told to stay back. Ooh, tough pass. Fagbemi away with it. It's a 2-on-1. To Stack. And an offensive foul on Fagbemi.
That is a massive play right there, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Watson stood there. Blake Fagbemi, that momentum carrying him forward. You're going to see it. This is textbook, and this is a great call. Fagbemi out of control. He does not stop and runs right over Andrew Watson. I get it. Blake Fagbemi, you see it. It's 2-on-1. You have your 7-footer there. But I would elect to turn around, pull that basketball back out, and force Warren to foul you. Now you have to try and make it up on the defensive end.
1-point game. Warren trails by 1. Will this be a final possession here in this ball game? Walker. Now Davis. Doyle on him. 15 seconds to play. And a timeout to Warren.
It's a great timeout from Zach Ryan. Instead of with a set defense with Jackson Davis at the top, you try and run some action to get that defense shifted and moving. But you still want that basketball in the hands of Jackson Davis. Here we go again at that second look. This is where, for Fagbemi, just pull that basketball back out. Runs right over Andrew Watson. And for a senior, you hate to have that be your reality. He tried to avoid it at the last second. But again, pull it back out. Force Warren to foul you, go to the free throw line, and knock him down.
And Andrew Watson, when he came to the bench during this timeout, he was on the bench. Got a big hug from a teammate.
Great look at the student section for the Warren Township Blue Devils. This is going to be a huge defensive trip for the Benet Academy Red Wings. Keep in mind that the Red Wings have 3 team fouls, so they can allow a little time to go out and maybe elect to foul, just to kind of mess up whatever action initially that is started by the Warren Blue Devils.
Warren has never led in this game. They have the ball with 13.8 seconds left with a chance to win a state championship.
How about the finishes that we've gotten in 3-8 and 4-8 tonight, Dave.
Double overtime victory. DePaul Prep coming from behind. Now, Benet has a foul to give here. Let's see whether they utilize it before Jackson Davis gets on the move. We're going down to the wire. Davis throws it up. Now, did the foul come? Yes, it did come before that shot. Great recognition by Davis, though, to just get it up to the basket.
Yeah, just trying to see if you can maybe bait the officials into a continuation call and say, hey, no, I was shooting. I should be going to the free throw line. But it's a great foul from the Red Wings and Jaden Wright. And now with 4.6 on the clock, it's a little tougher for Warren to fully sit comfortably and run some action. It's going to be underneath out of bounds, and we've seen it the last few underneath out of bounds scenarios for Zach Warren, that they have Jackson Davis taking the basketball out and they start off in the box set. But what you see is Davis eventually getting that basketball back.
Well, you have your playbook. Who knows how many years Zach Ryan has modified that book. He's been the head coach for 3 years. If you've got a money play, this is the time to bring it out.
Yes, and I love this split screen shot. Great camera work and also great production work to get that done and on our screens. But you saw all players focused in on their respective head coaches, and you see the Benet Academy Red Wings huddled up on the court right now as their student section trying to give them any type of energy to help them out. Flip side, you have the Warren student section trying to provide those positive vibes for this group. It's going to be interesting to see, one, who takes the basketball out, and two, how Jackson Davis gets the basketball. There's 4.6 left, so you have to make a quick decision.
One timeout remaining each side. It'll be Walker to inbound. Davis on the right block. To Banks. Here's Davis. And did we get a timeout called? Did we get a timeout called? There's been no call yet.
Timeout, Warren.
We have a 1/10 of a second on the clock.
And Zach Ryan and his coaching staff are asking for a foul, but how about the ability of Ryan to call that timeout for Jackson Davis as he fell to his feet?
So they're leaving the clock at a 1/10 of a second. Here it is. Well, you saw up in the top left corner of your picture, Ryan calling the timeout. The clock is sitting at .1. That's just tip time here.
Yes. Cannot catch and shoot. So this is where the benefit of having a 7-footer in Colin Stack, a 6'9" player, and Daniel Pollock. Yeah, and here's Jackson Davis just slips on that floor.
Okay, so he did get the timeout. Your state championship game comes down to the numbers you see right there on your screen. What a wild finish we have had in this fourth quarter.
So true, Dave. I mean, think about what we've been able to have on Championship Saturday, from the 1A game with Hope Academy and Taiwan Hunter, and the show that he put on once again with 26 points and 11 assists. Then you follow it up with 2A and the Dyed Eagles making program history and school history with their first state championship for that basketball program. Then we discussed this with 3A. DePaul College Prep Brother Rice needing double overtime to decide that one. And it was the DePaul College Prep Rams winning their 3rd consecutive state basketball championship on the boys' side. And now we have this. 0.3 left. Benet up 1 underneath out of bounds for the Warren Blue Devils.
And now Benet Academy will take a timeout. They brought Edvardas Stasis into the game. He's 6'7". Daniel Poliakonis at 6'9". And then Colin Stack at 7 feet.
I'll say this, Dave. It's interesting to see where Gene Heidkamp will put Colin Stack. Do you put the 7-footer on the ball, Do you put him near the rim? That's just a little chess match that he can play with Zach Ryan now. There's another look here of when the timeout was called. There's Zach Ryan. You see it right there, point A, but I know he's signaling timeout, but when was the whistle blown? That's when the clock stops.
Looked to be about at 0.5, actually. Yes. You know, now we're quibbling over tenths of a second, but that is huge right here at this moment.
Yes, it really is, because if it's 0.4 or 0.5, you can catch and shoot.
Now they've reset it to 0.3. 0.3 seconds left.
So it still has to be a tip. You still can't catch and shoot with 0.3. So now again, where will Colin Stack, the 7-foot junior, be on this possession? Will he be on the basketball to try and get a tip? Will he be at the rim just in case Warren lobs it up to the rim to try and tip it in themselves? You have Ed Statius in the ball game as well. He's a 6'6" athlete, and he will be on the basketball against Jackson Davis.
Stack is on Osborne. Here for your state championship. And Statius got the hand on the ball, and that's how this game will end. Benet Academy wins its first state basketball title. 55-54 over Warren.
That's where size matters. Ed Statius, 6'6". Once that ball is touched, the clock starts. 0.3 left. Deflection from Ed Statius. Benet Academy, welcome to the program's first ever basketball state championship on the boys' side.
I have never seen a high school basketball game end on a deflected inbounds pass, not even deflected long, just deflected underneath a basket. But there it is, and there's a state championship. And look at Gene Heidkamp in the corner. There's your replay first. Heidkamp getting hugs, the celebration for the Red Wings.
Ed Statius timing that pass from Jackson Davis. We can get another replay of that. You can see it. He just timed it, timed his jump, and got the deflection. Very smart move from Ed Statius.
And on the other side, that is stunned disbelief. Warren charged back. Took it back to this point.
Look at him time it. Perfect timing from Ed Statius. Once that ball is touched, the clock starts. So with 0.3 left, that's the ball game.
The player of the game is brought to you by Country Financial. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today. Let's go to Lauren.
Daniel, you worked relentlessly through the offseason to take your game to a new level with this goal in mind. When the going got tough down the stretch of the season and in this game, what kept you focused?
Something that kept me focused is having the great players around me and just having the confidence and just to not lose poise as a team and just keep having confidence throughout the game. I missed a few shots. I just keep it going and also have other guys going, have my team going, and play together.
This was your last high school basketball game, and beyond just taking home the trophy, what has this sport and this team given you?
It's something it's so special to me. It means a lot. I mean, I love this team. I love the coaches. I'm glad to end it on a state championship. It's something really special to me.
Congrats, Daniel.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations. You told us that this year you've relinquished some control. You wanted your players to trust themselves and play free. What made you have so much trust in your players this year?
Well, these guys, they've been doing it all year, and I knew it was going to be tough down the stretch, and they made it very exciting. I give a lot of credit to Warren. They never quit. They kept coming back, kept coming at us. We had to hang on. A ton of credit to them, but I'm really, really proud of our guys with their resilience.
You were already the winningest head coach at Benet. Now in your 17th season, you'd had 3 runner-up finishes here, but you're finally taking home the title. What makes all the patience and hard work you've put worth it?
It's been tough being here 3 times before, not being able to come away. So I'm really proud of our kids. It's never really been about winning the state championship. It's been about the ride and about the kids I've been so fortunate to coach. But this one feels really good, not only for these guys, but for the guys that were here before.
How much is this motivating you to keep going?
You know what? I'm going to enjoy this one now. It's been a long season. It's been a great season. But, I'm going to enjoy this for a little bit and then worry about next year in a couple weeks.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
2014, 2016, and 2023 second place finishes for Benet. A different story here tonight, Cam.
Yes, a different story. And Dave, we covered those Benet teams and saw them fall short. But tonight, they are sitting on the throne of 4A basketball in the state of Illinois. It has been a process for Gene Heitkamp. He talked about it's been a long season, so many ebbs and flows of a season. They scheduled tough, play some of the best teams in Illinois and outside of the state, and now it culminates in a 4A state championship. They've gotten better, they've tried and tested themselves, and this is what you get with the result of that.
1A, 2A, double-digit wins for Hope Academy and Diet first-time state champs. DePaul Prep goes to double overtime to defeat Brother Rice, and you have another first-time champ in Benet Academy, 55-54. Well, let's go now and present medals and trophies to these two teams.
Ron Lear, Athletic Director of Plainfield North. Brad Gooding, Principal of Hamilton. Katie Hassan, Principal of Taylor Ridge, Rock Ridge. Tom Shergan, Principal of Chicago De La Salle. And Dwayne Bates, Athletic Director of Lombard Glenbard East. At this time, let's meet the Class 4A second place Blue Devils of Warren, who finished with a final record of 27-11. Principal of the Almond Campus, Rob Parrott. Principal of the Eau Plaine Campus, Michelle Bertola. Athletic Director, Amy Lonegro. Assistant Athletic Director, Sarah Stepek. Trainer, Nicoletta Baxavanakis. Head Coach, Zach Ryan. Assistant Coach, Fidel Garcia. Assistant Coach, Brian Davis. Assistant Coach, Patrick Fail. Assistant Coach, Brad Geary. Assistant Coach, Jose Silva. Number 2, Andrew Watson. Number 3, Owen Squires. Number 4, Jack Wolf. Number 11, Braylon Walker. Number 12, Zach Osborne. Number 13, Javarian Banks. Number 14, Javen Griffin. Number 20, Ethan Crump. Number 22, Alexander Asari. Number 24, Joel Posh. Number 30, Jaron Glover. Number 35, Yvonne King. Number 44, Cassius Collins. And manager Kai Coleman. At this time, let's meet the Class 4A first place Red Wings of Benet Academy, who finished the season with a final record of 32 wins and 6 losses. First, let's meet the president of Benet Academy, William Myers. Principal, Sherry Costello. Athletic Director, Scott Lawler. Trainer, Amy Hoffman. Head Coach, Gene Heitkamp. Assistant coach, David Kleinschmidt. Assistant coach, Scott Veselik. Assistant coach, John Bonk. Assistant coach, Mike Connolly. Assistant coach, Michael Rembert. And assistant coach, Justin Enoch. Number 0, Blake Fagbemi. Number 2, Ryan Walsh. Number 3, Jaden Wright. Number 4, Daniel Polakakonis. Number 5, Michael Doyle. Number 10, McLean Zitch. Number 11, Grant Bergman. Number 14, Aiden Reneker. Number 15, Tommy Bartenhagen. Number 21, Jack Reiser. Number 22, William Heckman. Number 23, Edvardus Stasis. Number 24, Brendan Beaumont. Number 33, Kyle Pusatera. And number 42, Colin Stack. Now would Coach Ryan and the Warren captains please step forward to receive the Class 4A second place trophy. Now would Coach Heidkamp and Benet Academy captains step forward to receive the Class 4A first place trophy.
There are your state champions in Class 4A. And Cam, I'm just trying to gather my emotions here. An absolutely exhilarating championship game.
Yeah, we were treated to something special. I mean, for the paying fans here inside of State Farm Center, they got their money's worth. For everybody watching on WCIU and our broadcast, you definitely made the right decision of watching our games, and especially this 4A state championship game between Benet and Warren Township. So you saw it individually on both sides. Really guys having monster games. Jackson Davis, Daniel Polakakonis, Blake Fagbemi, Shavarian Banks. I mean, so many guys stepped up, but in the end, it was the team aspect that proved true for Benet. What they were able to do, getting the final stops, and of course Ed Statius cementing the first championship in the history of Benet boys basketball with a deflection. Young kids, you're out there. Get those hands active. Be active with your hands, especially if you're on that basketball. So, again, so many teaching points, so many things that both programs will take from this game to get better for next year, because they're returning a good amount of talent on both sides. So don't be surprised if we see Benet and Warren back in Champaign for the Final Four, because they're that good.
I'm going to rewind this a couple of hours. That's when we had a double overtime decision in 3A. This comes down to the final tenths of a second. Final score here is brought to you by the YMCA. The dream starts here. What a thrilling night of basketball here at the State Farm Center. We're glad you can enjoy it with us if you still have a normal heartbeat, because this has been absolutely amazing to be a part of this. And I think this wraps up 2 great weekends of basketball, right? What a way to do it in terms of the players, the teams, the coverage we've been able to bring you thanks to all these people behind the scenes. And what a way to cap it off with the first state championship in Benet Academy history.
There's so many special moments that we've seen throughout the state of Illinois for the pursuit of a state championship trophy from all 4 classes, the drama that sports bring, of course, the wackiness that sports bring, especially in the month of March. But when you see a culmination of work, of sacrifice, you're looking at it for the Benet Academy Red Wings as they reign supreme as the best team in the state of Illinois in Class 4A.
Cam, it's always a pleasure working alongside you this entire weekend.
Dave, it's always a pleasure for me as well to work with a Hall of Famer. We've been doing it for a number of years. I'm very fortunate to be alongside you.
Thank you very much. And there's your state champs. Once again, our final score, Benet Academy 55, Warren 54. And after the break, we'll send it back to Casey Standahar, Mark Lindo, and Avi Story in the studio to put a bow on this coverage.
First place trophy.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Imagine using your skills and experiences to inspire young minds. We see the teacher in you. No matter your starting point, we can help you become a teacher. Teaching offers consistent pay, a pension, and summers off. Learn how you can be the teacher. Visit BeTheTeacher.org. Sponsored by Grow Your Own Teachers, Illinois.
Just after 11 o'clock, and if you can believe it, we have now crowned 4 IHSA state champions. Thanks for hanging out with us all night long, all weekend long, really. In our Chicago studios, I'm joined by Avi Story with the Chicago Sky, head coach Mark Lindo. I'm Casey Standahar. Avi, I want to start with you. Benet, 8 points in the paint in the first half. Then they had 22 in the second. How did they just light things up after halftime?
Yeah, it started with guard penetration, getting to the paint. Offensive rebounds, another thing as well that really helped them score and points in the paint. But overall, just good second half, great second half, and it was incredible to see.
Yeah, their down low play, really important. Let's get to some of the highlights. This one was all about the score and all about the timing. Let's see what happened here. Early in the third quarter, Benet up 1. Blake Fagbemi misses. So does Colin Stack. And then Polyakonis with the cleanup.
I mean, back to my point, I mean, they just got so many offensive putbacks and just really stayed with it. Great job there.
In the third, Jackson Davis and Zach Osborne missed, but Davis with the third chance. It's good.
Davis got it deep, and then he just stayed relentless to the 10.
Daniel Poliakonis drives but loses it. Bit of a bobble there. What happened?
I mean, basketball guys was in his play. I mean, I wouldn't want to play behind him and Horst, but, I mean, that was a great finish there.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then the fourth, it's Blake Fagbemi again. He's going to drive, and then he'll split two for the layup.
Yeah, that was an incredible play. Just being hesitation, change of speed, being able to really just get to the basket and finish. Another paint touch.
Benet Academy won by 1, and it was kind of an uneventful ending. I want to talk to you, Coach, about Warren. Their bench points. They outscored Benet 25-0 in the whole game. And it was really Javarian Banks with 22 off the bench, this team's leading scorer.
He was magnificent. He was all-conference player last year, was injured this year, decided to come off the bench. He led their team in scoring today. And tip your cap to Jackson Davis, 17 points, 7 boards, 8 deliveries, 7 out of 13 field goals. A great, great team it was for the Warren Blue Devils. But Benet wears the title tonight. Congratulations, Coach Heidkamp. You've earned that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Their first title for Coach Heidkamp, and their first in school history, really. Warren, though, got to give some credit. All right, we had a great whole day with you. 1A, Hope Academy was victorious. Ronnie Fields gets it done. In 2A, Diet. Then in 3A, DePaul College Prep with a come-from-behind win, their 3rd consecutive title. And in 4A, Benet Academy, for the first time, our champions. We just want to say thank you from our entire crew down in Champaign, here in the Chicago studios. Thanks for staying with us. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
We're getting a lot of 5-star reviews. Listen to this one. After a car accident, I hired Malman Law. They were amazing every step of the way. They really know how to put your mind at ease.
Listen to this one. They got me the maximum amount of money, and they always kept me in the loop. I want to thank the entire Malman team. You changed my life.
That really means a lot.
Dad?
I'm fine. It's just the onions.
Sometimes, the loudest cries are the ones no one hears. But one call can break the silence.
Thank you for calling Gateway Foundation.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, get exceptional clinical expertise and personalized care. Call Gateway Foundation and begin your recovery today.
Angel Reese sneaking her way. Cardoso from behind tracks it down.
Watch SWAT every weekend right here.
Training facilities being prepped as we speak. Now, Street touches down in just under 5 hours. By then, we got to be ready to raid that plane. Protocol says we surround it. We force the hijacker to negotiate. Galloway's message made it pretty clear he's not willing to do that. Forcing him into a corner might set him off and put the passengers in even more danger.
Especially law enforcement.
This is the same guy who ran a black market empire here in L.A. for years. Guns, drugs, contraband. We don't control all of that without a rep for being ruthless.
Organized crime had a solid case against him until he found the undercover cop and his crew. He tortured the officer, then executed him before fleeing L.A.
His wife, Beth, ran the books. She went down for everything LAPD was trying to stick on him. She's currently serving 20 years.
You got to think Galloway's been planning their reunion for some time. Hijacking like this, there's no way he's acting alone. He's got to have help up there.
Aside from the crew, there's 19 other passengers on board, none with a record or tie to Galloway.
His co-conspirators could be posing as passengers.
We can't plan a raid until we know how many hijackers we're up against. I know Galloway's talking tough, but maybe there's still room to reason with him.
He's a psycho who's already killed a cop once before.
Chris, I agree, but Deacon's got a point. We do need to know how many hijackers are on that plane. I think I know a way to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should be arriving in Los Angeles on schedule. If everything goes according to plan, you should see your loved ones tonight.
Don't do anything that would jeopardize that.
You're being radioed, LAPD.
Legion 319, this is Sergeant Harrelson with LAPD SWAT. Are you reading me?
I thought I made myself clear. There will be no further communication.
Problem is, you have my teammate Jim Street and a U.S. Marshal up there with you. We're willing to play ball, but I need to confirm that they're okay first.
Bring LAPD.